Hello everybody, it is Pluto Man and broadcasting from my little dwarf planet on the edge of the solar system. If that makes any sense. Does the solar system even have an edge? I guess it does. I guess it does. And yeah, so it's quite cold out here. It's funny, you wouldn't think it looking outside. Outside it looks sunny, but actually it's pretty damn freezing out here. Anyway, um, welcome to this video. We're just about to get started. This will be a minute or two away now. We're going to start with the old Omaha High Low, which I don't know how clueless I really am in that game. I feel like I have some sort of clue, and then the experience in the tournament sort of proves me wrong most of the time. Oh, I've got Kent here. Well, okay, so my EV in this tournament. Can I cancel now? At least he's about right. I've seen this guy before too. It gives up often on the flop. That was on the 18th of July. Yeah. Now, if I was actually on Pluto, then I don't think we'd have COVID. I think that would be one advantage. I don't know whether the actual virus would survive in minus 200 degrees or whatever it is there. I don't think so. You know, off absolute zero there, I wouldn't imagine. Uh, so yeah, COVID. Oh, I've just been moved. Oh no, I haven't been moved. No, I've been work all the same. The stupid American. I was going to say, can it actually be American? So I actually got some sort of hand here. Two Broadway cards, two wheel cards. Um, see the flop, hopefully. I should make it 120 or something. Two pair. Two little pair. Need to boat up here. And even if I do that, I'm not too excited about it. I'm actually going to fold. It's just not worth it. Because there's lows, there's wheels, there's all sorts of stuff out there. So your only hope is to boat up here. Then you're only going to get half the pot, so let that one go. This is a nice hand. It's not amazing. That's it. Yeah, I think against Under the Gun raise. Whew, I think I might actually fold because nine jack is the nine particularly is a bad hand, bad card. So it's funny. I've actually had even this hand has something going for it. Certainly on the button, I'd raise this up. I think double suited. That was the negative with the hand I just had. Oh, ace two nine jack without a suit of any sort. It's rainbow. See what he does. Guess I should call, but I'm not loving this. I've got three straight cards here. It's an above average. No, I don't want to say it's an above average flop. It's probably about an average flop for me. 2/3 of the pot. Do have a flush draw. Do have a very bad low draw. I was wanting straight cards, so I would have had a low. Sorry, not a low, but a flush. A bad flush, and that's why. Probably should have just let that go before the flop. So there's such a tiny raise. What's interesting is nobody obviously had the nut, had the ace of diamonds. It's even a. What do I know? What did they have? They didn't have good hands. This could be one of these tables where you just want to see a cheap value. Okay, so you had the second nut flush. But you had a better low. So if I continued on there, I wouldn't have ended up with anything at all. Which is probably why I should have folded pre-flop, even with that min raise. And this is the thing, you know, this is where I'm uncertain. You know, it feels that the hands run so close pre-flop that you kind of need to call more often. I'm going to skip straight flush here. Skip straight flush. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9. So it's in a song, isn't it? I think I mentioned that song once before in another video. 2, 4, 6, 8. See, COVID is becoming. We've just sleepwalked. I haven't. I've been told. I've been not to blow my own trumpet here, but I've seen this coming. I could see this coming a mile off. But you know, even yesterday, you know, actually yesterday, I think people were starting to really get it when I spoke to people at the tennis club. You know, they're saying, well, we're going to be playing again tomorrow night. Tennis club is not the right word, by the way. This is not a club that you join and, you know, coaches and any of that stuff. It's just people turn up and play. You have to pay every time you play. You're not joining a club. The cost of playing is really is not, even by Romanian standards, is very low too. Although I suppose if you add it all up for for a whole season, then you know it wouldn't be so low, would it? Anyway, made trip threes from I do about I think that actually had the best hand there on, this is a decent hand, this one. Yeah, I'd had a set of threes. I'd have made the absolute bottom set. I think I'm going to actually raise him. I have to. I don't have to. There's no have to about any of this. Now I have a low draw. I also still have my top two. I don't feel like I need to bet very much because of the board. It calls me. I'm just going to check this back. Now I do have a low. Now my low's got really bad. I have to fold. Oh, whoa. Okay. He didn't go away on the flop. Even though I made a low. But that ace on the river, that ace of spades on the river is just a terrible card. That's an absolutely awful card. Just, it kills my low suddenly. Let's have a live 5. And what's funny about this, I mean, I've only played 9 hands, is something about this game doesn't add up, right? I don't quite get it. You know, you're on a 5-handed table, so in theory, you should win 20% of all the pots you play. Well, I never win 20% of the pots I play. I don't even think I get anything from the 20% of the pots I don't even think I don't, maybe that's probably because I'm just too tight pre-flop or something, but you know, I mean, actually later in the tournament, there's things are different, but early in the tournament, I basically hardly ever win a pot. It's because it doesn't necessarily matter in pot limit when you have a big bet game. You're not trying to win as many pots as you can. You're trying to win as much money as you can, and that's two different things. But it does feel something's not adding up. So even though I am tighter than most people, when I show down a hand, I end up not having the best hand much either. So it's like, something just doesn't quite add up for me. Something's not right with the way I'm playing, clearly. See, I'm gonna actually open limp this. Maybe this is what I hate doing this. I really hate it. I'm doing it because of the sort of hand I've got. I don't feel like I want to fold. You're going to go to one. Okay. So yeah, you wonder, was that worth it? The nut flush draw, that's really what I had there, and some straight possibilities. But also put a low out there. Well, I do have some sort of low possibility. Still do. Well, I do now rather, but it's not to a great low. So if you look at the lows, ace two, ace four, ace, I think it's like the seventh nut low draw or something that I've got. It's got counterfeit protection though. For six comes, I have a seven. Actually, my low has improved a bit, so but I have nothing for high apart from this pair of eights. I don't get any of that pot at all. Like, I thought I might have got something from that, you know, but well, somebody had three. Oh, they both had. This is the thing. I underestimate what people have. I don't know what. Maybe I'm just very, very unlucky. Okay. I'm just going to check this. It seems really, really. Maybe that's why I did it. So I'm going to flop like this. Mr. Stoned. It's very. So now I have a second nut. I do have a gut shot straight draw too, but it's not something you want to. I really wish I had a two here. It would really help me. I've actually got no low. Got three. I've got trip threes with the ace, but that's not worth very much when the flush is on the board. I'm actually going to fold. I just don't think my trip threes are going to be good very often. Wow. Amazing that no money went in there. I very nearly raised pre-flop because I'm just going to fold this actually. Paired three really kills that hand. I would have had a gut shot to a queen. This is what happened the last few times I've played this tournament or these sorts of PLO8 tournaments is I've been making full houses and running into better ones, and I don't know. I just simply don't really. I don't know if I'm being coolered, as people say, as being unlucky, or if like I should have folded or something. I think the former, but I don't know. You also need to be patient in this game. I realise that now. You want to be making the nuts, especially you want hands that can make the nuts. The nine queen. Oh, if I actually want to pot, it's very funny. I just doesn't have a lot of high card strength. I'm gonna have to obviously get it all in now, whatever he does. Okay, not a good. It's a really terrible card for me, actually. Okay, well, I mean, so I should win that. How? What do you have? Some money, a little bit of money in here. Ugh. I mean, this is not a good. I'm gonna bet. It's a pure C bet. Okay. Oh dear. Do I have ace queen? I'll check it back and realise whatever equity I have. Guess, do I call here? Don't have a two. I'm actually going to fold because 2-3 is the nuts, live 2 is the second nuts, and I only have the third, so I only have. Oh, I'm going to fold this. That's a real bugger. think I played that okay though. Just c-bet there on the flop. I mean, you could be doing this. You could have this, just the ace of spades or something. But I mean, I had two pair, but straight draws there. Flush has got there. That's just a bad card. I mean, it does give me a low. The six of spades in particular is a bad card. It's very easy for him to have a live 2 there. That's the other thing. 2-3. I don't think he's got 2-3. I mean, he could do. He could be slow playing something. But I think that would be. Yeah, he could have been going for a check raise on the turn. Sorts of possibilities here. A decent hand here. 6 and 10 are not fantastic cards though. Okay. Probably should have raised this up. Ah, terrible flop for me. Not flopping at all, am I? No, I do have an ace. I have a 4-6 low. Just gonna check it back though. It's gonna. I don't think he's got 5. This is just a value bet. Is it a really dumb value bet? I don't know. It means I don't get to show down my hand. It has there are advantages of not showing down your hand, I think, in general. Just gives you a little bit more, makes everything a bit more mysterious. What's interesting about this Philemon is that where's he from? Belarus, okay. Where they don't have COVID. They've got about the same number of COVID cases as North Korea and Pluto. They he's been hanging on to these almost no chips for a while. Here's a decent hand, but the ace isn't suited. A bit more than that. Has some good high card strength. Definitely a hand you can raise on the button. The king 9. Well, the 9's not doing anything here at all. It's not a bad flop for me, actually. Try half the pot. Okay. That could have been better. Let's check this back as I've been doing. 7. Also, I'm going to have to bet this. I'm going to call you. Wow. Again, he had something there. They always have something they can confidently bet with. So he just had, yeah. And I ran into that again, you know. You had a better hand than me. That's the thing. You had a better hand than me. So it's another thing I found. People have been waking up with stuff in the blinds a lot of the time. So yeah, I was fortunate to get a diamond there that gave me the second nut flush. An easy bet on the river. Don't know what he was saying there, but they tried to tell me something in the Poker Stars admin, but it looks Philemon has gone. He's going to come back. It's not a good hand. The only thing he does have is double suited, but do have a pair. A fold though. There's a low out there. A lot of stuff out there. Do not have a good hand, but I mean it's got the suited. It's got some crappy low potential. It's got the suitedness, so that's the most important thing. No, so Just actually going to fold. See that 6 come out. Does not help me at all. So it's, yeah, things are gradually closing in here. There's a huge contrast between what's happened here and in the UK, where in the UK they're just kind of starting to live with COVID, just treating it like it's a bad flu season. And you know, I think they've gone a little bit too far with that. I think they should have kept some of the restrictions in place, like masks and stuff. But here it's just, you know, they're contemplating like lockdowns and things again. So I'll be playing tennis. I was going to say I'll be playing tennis tonight, and that might be the last chance, our last chance to play. The one thing they split that was good hand here. It's a pretty decent hand. Phew, maybe I'm just going to call it. It's not fantastic, but it's got the wheel potential. I'm quite happy to have more people in here. Can even make a Broadway sometimes. F to have some sort of low, but that ace coming out's not helping me. And my flush suit didn't come out at all. So what do I got? I've got a, is it a, so 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4. 2, 3, 2, 4, 3. So what have I got now? 3, 2 is the second, 3, 2, 5, 2. I think I've got the third nut low now. I don't really have any high to speak of. Just have the third nut low. And I get a quarter of that pot. Okay. King, queen, jack, 10, 9. Gonna call here. Just because it can flop. This one with double suit and everything. It can flop something. The cards are just about high enough to make this. Ooh, okay. But the thing is, the low's out there now. And there's a flush draw. So I don't want to put any more money in here. Until maybe. Look at that. Ugh. Way to brick that. A lot of bricking here. Oh, fourth club there. What's the clubs? 2, 3's the nut low. Right, you probably have 2, 3 right. Oh, you don't. Oh, don't know about kings, and my low is not very good. It was going to fold that. And that was interesting. I've actually seen a lot of flops here. I've seen 13 out of 29. Which is really high for me. And some speculative hands. I haven't had a real monster. I haven't had like ace, 2, 3, king or anything. Been kind of second or third grade hands. Oh, look at you with your set. Oh no! Oh, geez. Makes the. Was that an inside straight that you made there? So what do you have? That was the only thing, the only card that was going to give you that straight. Wow. And he also had outs to the. Fold this. But he might just be getting frustrated there. I mean, Hold that too. So yeah, the set. And you still had a possibility to make it. That was the other thing, right? You had a live 3 draw. You didn't have any low to speak of at all. Well, I mean, on the, yeah, dear me. Yeah, the jack, either of the 2 jacks were outs for you too. That would have given you a full house. Oh no, they wouldn't. No, what am I saying? You would have had the, you would have still had, whoa, you'd have had a better full house there. Ah, fold. Well, I should be calling with a hand like this. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I'd complete in the small blind with this. So I'm down to roughly 3/4, just over 3/4 of what I started with. Tends to be a bit like this. Going for about 25 minutes now. Yeah, no, it's a sunny Sunday morning here, very quiet as it is on a Sunday morning. Although you'll hear bells and stuff soon, or in a little while. That's another thing they might introduce next week, or something that, you know, outside, having to have the service outside. There you go, that's 8:30. We did that quite a bit in 2020. The other thing I thought about yesterday was that, you know, we saw weddings. Last year we didn't see any weddings, basically, and then this year, weddings have been back, but I was thinking yesterday that might be the last wedding we're going to see in 2021. Because I look out onto the cathedral and people, sometimes you get almost a conveyor belt of weddings. See that ace? It's nice, isn't it? And then first card's an ace. And then you get some pretty awful cards. Okay, but I get to see a flop. It's not. I mean, I've got a middle pair. Okay. Flush is out there now. It's basically got nothing. You bet. Well, I mean, who knows? You could be bluffing there, but you can't call something like this. Like this too. So pretty card dead, really flop dead so far. The time I made a decent hand on the river was the one where I actually had to call that. Was it a pot size bet on the river? Get half in the end. And I made a flush. We have the second up flush and some kind of low. There's a very good chance that one, at least one of them was going to be good, so I had to call for half. It was never an enjoyable thing to do that, having to call to get half. Well, your luck ran out that time, didn't it? Got enough to small raise here. So in position. Now, I don't think with 3 players here. I mean, I could bet, I suppose. Oh, that's just a terrible card. Absolutely terrible card. If it wasn't a 5, if it had been a 3 or something. Okay. Fold. Wow. Don't like this hand very much. I think I need to raise a bit bigger on the button because I'm not getting folds really. Oh, that would have been interesting. One I would have been betting the God and cursing the run out. My God. What a run out. Who's got the royal flush? Don't think I've ever seen anyone make a royal flush in this game yet. Over years and years ago, playing limit hold'em, stakes limit hold'em, making a royal flush and just being, oh God, a royal flush. What's this? It's so funny. It's going to be more common in this game. In 5-card draw, I would imagine it's fairly uncommon to make a royal flush. I'm down to 2,000 now. Without winning any pots of any significance at all. It's just been one-way traffic. The chips have been flowing in one direction, away from the stack, as they so often do. But not always. I mean, last time I played this side, or something like this, there's a bounty version of this. That's right. Managed to knock someone out, get some chips early on, very early on, and then they all flowed away. I don't even think I'm going to get involved with this at all. Just for now, I've got 2,000. There's no point. I mean, what are you trying to flop here? What are you trying to flop? 4 for a set? I mean, 2, 3, 5? Ace? Yeah, okay. Well, I would have had actually a second nut flush draw and trip 6s, but no low possibility, crucially. A very dangerous flop for me that I think I'd have bet and given up after that. Oh, well, there you go. There's my full house. But even that's dangerous. Oh, what happened there? That illustrates that any hand can make anything, apart from like quads or trips and stuff. The other thing to recognise here is that I'd have only ended up with half the pot with my full house. Your live 3. So live 3 on a 7 board or live 2 on a 7 board, live 5 on a 7 board, so a 4-card 7 board is what I mean to say. They're sort of marginal lows, whereas on a 6 board they're strong lows. I folded a live 3 on a 6 board to a lot of aggression earlier. It was the third nut low that I had. See that too. Imagine if that had been an ace. Ace of hearts would have been really nice to see as the 4th card. Now my hands played number is going down. You see I'm third from bottom. Come on, give me a hand. 3, 6. Don't get involved. I think I might have raised it on the button, maybe. This is not a terrible hand. That king is sort of a bit out on a limb there. funny thing that this PokerStars does is it gives me these tiny little free. Here's a hand. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's double suited. Got ace three. Do I just see a flop here? Okay. Okay, for second nut low draw. Don't have much for the higher. Two would be kind of nice now. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't have a high, but I think I'm going to call. We do have some sort of high, I guess. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to see. Well, be calling that not such a good idea. Okay. Have the second nut low. Call him. Go in. Good hand here again. And I'm not raising pre-flop on first in. Well, again, I've got the same, basically something very similar to last time. I have a pair and second nut low draw. This time I also do have I'm actually going to fold because my high is really bad. Yeah, straights out there. I'm going to fold this. It's just not a good Huh. So I've had a pair of fours for my high here. Oh, now I'd have actually had. That's what I still would have had. I think I'd open this on the button, but just here, not quite. I'll be first in. I've never been first in, or very rarely been first in. Normally somebody's limping. I just see a flop. Maybe I need to start getting some money in. Look at my hands. So I've had some aces. Look at my aces. Ace five, ace. Some reasonable hands. I haven't had any sort of slam dunk hands though, as some people say. Slam dunk hand. I don't know if that even makes any sense. 6-5. 6-5 and live 6. You had second nut low. Yes. Do you have the nuts for high there? You did. Whoa. And of course you had a low, but not as good as your low. A little bit look at the sort of hands they had there though. Dick 555, seen you before. They really need to just be playing more hands, because people are playing practically any hand. But they're also making stuff. Okay. Yeah, you know, I had a wrap and stuff there, but instead I just make nothing. Ugh. You know, not been a good session. This has been been a dull session, I would say. Actually, it's all about dull. It's starting to cloud over a little bit now. Woo, you. Oh. Oh, they only split that. I thought you ended up with like 3/4 or something, but no. Fold this. It's horrible. It's disgusting. So you had. Oof. Wow. Awkward one there. So hang on. So how that one go down? And you raised, didn't you, on the river? Oh, so you. This is the thing, you didn't have the nuts. So King 4, King 2, King 6 are better than your hand. And your low's not up to much. But, wow. So it's me thinking, sometimes I've lost with full houses. Okay, ha ha ha. Seems like you may be not very old, this guy. I think 0151. Now hang on, 0151. Do people still have landlines there? Now 0151, is that Liverpool? I think so. They go on 5 on Liverpool, if I remember rightly. Mm. I wonder what he looks like, this guy. We'd like to see his face, I'm sure. We'd like to see what he looks like. Quarter to 9. Hear these bells every 15 minutes, 96 times a day. That's funny. 1980. In case you're wondering, that's actually that's my stag size. That's also when I was born. So just before the ZX81. ZX80. I've got Badoogie. Doing that in a bit too. Yeah. So there's the Spectrum. The reason I'm talking about this is that Sir Clive Sinclair died on, I think, Thursday or Friday, and he's a clever bugger, Sir Clive Sinclair. He did all this. Was way ahead of his time, and he got, I don't know, hundreds of thousands probably of Brits into computing, into the, programming. It was accessible, and our family, we even borrowed one of his computers for, it was probably just like a couple of weeks. It might have been a month, but it wouldn't have been any more than that. One of his, I just thought it was like badass, that thing. I mean, it just had that rainbow logo on it. I mean, wouldn't I love that on my laptop right now? It would just, everything's so damn boring, isn't it, these days? It's just like, and these rubber keys. I mean, I guess rubber keys were not ideal. They're gonna, um, but we had to, I mean, you could do some basic programs. I remember doing that. I must have been like 7 or something. My parents were not interested. What have I got here? Got an open ender, but my low's not very good. Phew. I think I just got to admit that sometimes you. So 2 here would give me the nut straight. I have to fold here. Going back in time, 1980. Now we're going back to penny farthings, 1900. Penny farthing before then. And probably Victorian times, wasn't it? Penny, yeah. Yikes. Okay, 7 minutes to the break, then 8. got something. It's got some kind of hand here. Gonna see the flop, hopefully. Unless you raise it up, in which case I probably won't see the flop. If you raise to the amount that you can, there's no way I'm seeing a flop. Yeah. Again, I've got some sort of very loose connection with this flop. You need an ace. It's ace to fall now. Nope. So I've just got the third nut low draw and no high at all. Multi-way pot. You just gotta keep folding at a 60% of what I started with. Not a good hand. Still want to raise it up though. It was seen as being kind of tight, but okay, that's good. Really small raise there, but so yeah, so you could like so my parents weren't into computing at all, and but you could run. It was a funny thing. It was a funny. So you could hook. So you hooked it up. I was a bit young to really know what was going on, but you hooked it up to our computer, so our TV, our second-hand TV. Wouldn't have ever bought a new TV. That would be crazy. And you put this. You hooked up a tape player, a cassette player. You could play this game. We only had one game. It was called Manic Miner, and we didn't get very far on that. I was just too young. I was 7. My brother was 6. I'm guessing we're that old. Couldn't have been any more than 7. I'm thinking. I don't even mean that old. I guess no. I guess I was 7. And then yeah, yeah. It made this but whirring, beeping, buzzing noise as you loaded it up. Loud. You had to set the volume on the cassette player to a certain quite high level, I remember, to make it work. I have no idea why. I've got a reasonable hand here. It's a shame the ace isn't suited. So but I've got ace two. Is this the first? I think it's the second time I've had ace two. It might even be the first time. Okay. So this is gonna just get a little bit of money in here because of my ace two draw. But I suppose I don't have much of a high at all. Okay, now I do have some kind of. Maybe I'm just gonna just bet this, see what he does. Okay, okay. I do have. I've got two pair, but it's not. It's not what I wanted to see. I'm just gonna check this back. If he pots or something, I probably have to fold. Oh no, that's Queen Jack. Oh wowee, wowee. Maybe I should have just not bet the turn, but I thought I still had the low possibilities. I had some. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. It's just not going well at all. That's the first big pot I've really been involved, biggish pot I've been involved in. Wow. I think sometimes you just got to remember that sometimes you play these tournaments and you just don't hit. That's what happens. Not much you can do about it. Probably shouldn't have bet the turn there. I think that was a mistake. Well, I still had the nut low draw at that point. No, it's not a very good hand. Under half of what I started with. See, it's been, if I look at my it's just been a gradual slide, gentle slide. Can you actually see it go up? I think there might be the very, very faintest up twice or something. It's just been extraordinary. You look at him, for instance. Well, look at this guy. And he's only just joined. Well, look at you. So you've definitely had ups there, haven't you? I mean, even though you've got even fewer chips than me. But look at you, you see. You've got ups as well. You've only just joined. So people get ups. People get ups here. So anyway, some people get ups. We all need a lift occasionally, don't we? I really could do with one now. Yeah, we all do need a lift, especially if you live on if you live on like the 20th floor. You really could do with one in that state, in that situation. Um, that's something I'm looking to buy a property here. It's something I did ask. You know, I don't want to. Do you mind what floor? I'm looking at buying an apartment here, which is with a lot of trepidation. I'm scared about doing it. Um, and also, I'm very happy just being where I am now, right in the centre of town. So why move? I think I kind of need to. This place is all the interior stuff is falling apart here, and just because I've been here 5 years and just this was furniture obviously was cheap as chips when it was put in. I think it was even cheaper than that. Chips can be expensive sometimes. Well, if you have like cod with them. So I think, uh, but more to the point, it's not ideal for my job. I mean, it's nice that if anyone comes in here, they get to get the window. Um, and we can use the present continuous to talk about all the stuff that's going on now outside. You know that woman is carrying an umbrella, and that boy is riding his bike. Anyway, it's time to. I'm talking shit, aren't I? It's because nothing's happening in the damn tournament for me. That's why. 5 minutes and I'll be back.